Today's episode is going to talk all about a newsletter page on your website. This is one page that I think everyone should have, and we're going to talk about why today. Welcome to the Up in My Business podcast with me, Lex Lancaster, where you'll get an inside look at all things tech, business, and my life as a physical therapist turned digital operations expert. You'll hear all about my lessons as a business owner, the ins and outs of tech for your business, and more. From SEO, websites, and email marketing to automations, launches, and copywriting, I've got you. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. Before we jump into today's episode, let's talk about our sponsor, Jane. Jane is an all-in-one practice management software designed to help you create documentation, book in your clients, schedule, process payments, and run your entire practice online. The team at Jane knows your time is valuable, so they've created online intake forms to help you spend less time on paperwork and more time with your patients. They are amazing, by the way. These intake forms are fantastic. To streamline your intake process, Jane makes it easy to automatically email intake forms at the time of booking. You can gather patient data, consents, insurance information, and payment details all before your patient even walks through the door. And to help them remember to fill out their forms, Jane has you covered with a friendly email reminder sent 24 hours prior to their appointment. To learn more, head to jane.app/guide or use the code LEX1MO at signup to receive a 1-month grace period applied to your new Jane account. That is, again, LEX1MO at checkout. Welcome back to another episode of Up in My Business. I'm super excited to record today's episode for you. Have a big travel week coming up, so I'm going to record this episode and then record the one that will come out next Monday. So when you are listening to this, it will be the Monday before Thanksgiving, which I'm super excited. We are heading to Shantae's family's house, and I'm going to get to see my family as well for the first time since I moved here, which would be beginning of July. So I am super, super excited for that. Life is just going to be kind of busy for the next week, and we'll talk more about that when I get into the business updates. But if you're new here, we start a little bit of life, and then we go into business, and then we go into the episode. So going to keep these next 2 episodes short because I know that the holiday season is busy, and also I don't have a ton of elaboration to give you on these. It's more or less just my quick hitters, if you will, and you'll have homework after it. So let's talk life stuff first. I already said all the traveling. So Thanksgiving traveling, super excited to do that. Moose is not coming. Moose is going to stay here with her dog sitter, which she's amazing. So I'm actually very, very happy that she is going to be hanging there for the holidays. And then I will pick her up when we get back. But going to have a really, really fun week ahead. Just super excited to meet Shantae's family as well as see mine. So stay tuned for that. We'll probably be posting on Instagram because, sharing life and sharing all the things. So looking forward to sharing that with you there if you follow me on Instagram. And then last night, this is so fun to talk about because I was super excited to do this. But last night, Shantae and I drove down to Carlsbad because Anna, so Movement Rev, was hosting her in-person LTAP course, which if you haven't checked out Anna, please do so. And if you haven't checked out her LTAP course, I highly recommend checking that out as well. But we drove down to meet up with her, and it was about more than half of the class at a restaurant, had dinner, got to meet a bunch of people that, I have never actually met in person, but I know online. So if you've ever had that happen, it's like you walk into the room and you have talked to this person for months, years, you know of this person for months, years, and then it's like you hug them, but you felt like you've known them for, however long. And super grateful for Instagram and the internet in general for that, because it's just is so magical to be able to be in the room with the people that you have either looked up to or shared, services with, or, been coached by or are coaching. Like there are so many things that I just really, really enjoyed about last night and being in the room with all those wonderful people. You really cannot replace that. And yeah, it was just such a good night. So went there and then got home super late and then went to volleyball today. Had a great day at volleyball. If you once again followed me on Instagram, you would see we had our typical Sunday schedule, cookie, volleyball, walk. And yeah, just been a really, really good week. I cannot complain at all. It's end of November and the weather is insanely nice here, and I'm still getting used to it. So as a New York native and then living in New Hampshire and then moving out here, it was cold by this time, and I'm wearing, my LL Bean boots and a sweatshirt, a jacket, regardless, anywhere. And here it's like, yes, it's cold in the morning, but by midday it is hot. So it's been so fun. I really, really love it. I love that the weather is so consistent here, and it's just, it's amazing. So super, super grateful. Still getting used to like telling time again, because it's just like you're not able to tell whether it's fall, winter, spring, what have you, because you don't have the same seasonality that you would elsewhere, or like seasonal triggers, I guess would be the word that I'm looking for. But either way, so let's jump into business stuff really quick. So if you're listening to this episode and you're like, I'm waiting on an email from Lex, I am sorry. And also, all of my current clients, my current retainer clients who are they're my people. All these folks have been with me for God knows how many months. And they are at the top of my priority list. Everyone's running Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff. So I have essentially been cooped up doing all of that work for those folks before I leave. So you should be hearing back from me if you are in my inbox at some point in the next 2 days. But regardless, I am, 1000% behind on emails. And I know that. And also I know that I am going to take care of my current people first and foremost always. So just been, plugging away at that stuff. You'll hear from me when you hear from me. I am appreciative of everyone's patience with that for sure. Like I said, I take care of my current people and I need to show up 110% for them. And I don't have all the time in the world. So yes, I'm behind, and welcome to Q4. So this is my second year being in business full time, and going through like a Q4, and this Q4 has been absolutely insane. So it's like everyone needed everything at once, and I'm so appreciative. So it's amazing. It's so great. I love that I get to help so many people, but I will say next year I'm going to redo things a little bit different, just because I know that like I will have to take less during this time. So I'm going to try to push people, like, if you need something before the new year, please schedule in September, October, just because I know that I will have more time on my schedule open, especially since Lextramind started this month. So the beginning of November, which is going so well. We have the best crew of women in Lextramind. Super excited for the next 9 months, but that started. And then I also have, like I said, my retainer clients and SEO school. So I know that I will be taking less during Q4 next year. So I have that in my little, planner, I guess is what you'd call it. I have it in my planner of like, we are going to offer less during this. So that way I don't drive myself insane. So that is business. And then again, I will mention that I think I have one opening for a 1-hour coaching call in December left. And it's early December. I have one opening. Other than that, everything is being scheduled into the new year. And I am also doing a lot more of done for you SEO services. So I have a lot of people reaching out. I'm putting them on a wait list, and they are being put into a January or February start as of this point. So if you're looking for that, that is where that is lying. So if you're looking to work with me, please make sure you are either touching base with me via email, or, sending a DM, or putting in an inquiry on my link in bio. There's a link there to put in an inquiry to work with me. Or if you're like, I know that I will need a coaching call in January, please go book it. Like, January is open, February is not, but January is. So if you know that you're going to need something, I do recommend just going and scheduling. Just booking out. I know that my availability is, it's very slim for December, but Lextramind clients and my retainer clients are taking priority, of course. So all my availability is being shuffled to them. So thank you for your patience, and thank you as always for being, riding the wave of and knowing that I am available, but also limited in my availability, and scheduling ahead and emailing me. I had some people last week who emailed me talking about January and like knowing that they're going to need something. And I'm so appreciative of that, because I'm able to put you on my schedule now for then. So do that. If you're going to be looking for things, feel free to reach out ahead of time. And with that, I think I going through all the business updates. I'm just thinking SEO school. We have our second to last call for my last cohort tomorrow. So that's exciting. And then next Monday night, we have our first call for the new cohort. So just really pumped about SEO school. I've been adding some things to the course, and I think my last the last lesson I just added to the course has been like mind blowing for people. And I'm so pumped that I was able to add it and able to learn new things and share with them. And yes, all the things. So let's jump into the episode. So for today's episode, we're just going to talk about a quick little page that I think everyone needs to have on their website. And that page is a newsletter page. So I am going to reference Squarespace because that is my preferred website design platform, but please feel free to extrapolate this to WordPress, Wix, whatever you use. I truly believe that everyone needs to have a specific page on their website that will allow people to sign up for their newsletter. So what that typically looks like is your email marketing system, which I will reference ConvertKit. You have a form that you create within ConvertKit and you embed it into your Squarespace website. The reason I feel like this is super important is because, yes, you can use a ConvertKit landing form in a landing page and use that link in your Instagram stories or in your Instagram button. But the thing is when we create a landing page on ConvertKit, whether it's a form or a landing page, you receive a link with that. So that link can then be pasted in whatever browser, added to your Instagram stories, put on your website, in your Instagram link in bio page, whatever. And then that person can click the link and go to the landing page on ConvertKit and sign up. My opinion is like, why would we not want people to come to our website? So for me, ideally, we take that ConvertKit form and embed it into our website rather than linking people to the ConvertKit form itself. We would link people to our website and have our email opt-in on a website page. Now, somebody might say, well, I have it in my footer. Super nice. I love that. But I also want you to have a separate page for your newsletter opt-in, because when you're linking someone, like if I were to DM you and say, hey, I want to join your email list, or you put it in your stories and say, who wants to join my email list? When you're linking that, it's really nice to have it be like www.lexlancaster.com/newsletter. And you can do that very easily. So if we're talking the steps to do it, right, and why we should do it, it's once again, ease of access. And I'm going to go back to the footer. Yes, you have it in your footer, but I can guarantee you people are not going to scroll down to the bottom of your footer to sign up for your email list if you're talking about it on Instagram. Like navigating away from the platform already is inconvenient. So we want to make it super convenient for people to sign up when they do choose to navigate away to sign up. So the process here, step one is going to be to go to ConvertKit. And yes, I will talk about ConvertKit because it's the best email marketing system. If you're not on it, I'm sorry. I don't know how to do it on yours, but ConvertKit, if you have a newsletter form, so you go to landing pages and then you would choose form. And then my favorite form is actually the Claire form. It's called Claire because you essentially get two, form inserts. It's first name and email. When you first create Claire, it's only going to have the email address. You're going to have to add in the first name. So you click the plus button, you click in the box, and then on the right-hand side, you can choose first name. Now you make that required. You design the form accordingly. And all I mean by design is change the color of the button, take off the ConvertKit branding, and then go into your email opt-ins, the settings of that form, and change the color of the email opt-in button, as well as like the message that people get when they sign up and the email that they get in their inbox to confirm. So you design a ConvertKit form in its entirety. And then once you have that, you click Save Publish and a box of code comes up. You just copy that code, right? So copy that code, set it somewhere nice, put it in a different screen, whatever. On your website, all you're going to do is create a brand new page in your not linked section. Now, the not linked section, that means that it's not in your website navigation. So on Squarespace, it's literally called not linked, and it's on the bottom part of the website builder. And when you create that not linked page, you're going to title it accordingly. So you could do mailing-list, you could do newsletter, you could do /join. Typically people just do newsletter. It's just the easiest one. And then on that page, you might put a title like join the newsletter. I would do I send out emails X, Y, and Z about X, Y, and Z, yada, yada, yada. And then you insert a code block. Inside that code block, you then take the code that you copied from ConvertKit and you paste it in the code block. And then my little trick, and this is just going above and beyond, before you paste the code in there, you can actually do brackets and put center, and it's actually the greater than less than sign. So it would be less than, center, greater than, and then it will auto-populate into a thing right next to that says less than, slash, center, greater than. And all that is, and all that's telling you is that we're going to center this form. So when you paste the ConvertKit code in there, I want you to paste it in between the center and not center. So when you're listening to my directions, it's going to be, yes, difficult, but when you're actually doing it, so take these directions, pause me accordingly, and then play me, I guess, whenever you're actually doing the thing. And then once you have that pasted in there, you just click save and you're done. So then you now have a newsletter opt-in form that's on your website. So you would go to www.whatever your domain is .com/newsletter. It populates up to be whatever opt-in you have there to get onto your list. And then you take that link, you put it on your Instagram link in bio page, say join the newsletter, that becomes that link. And then I would actually take that link and put it like in my iPhone notes, because then I can take the link whenever I need to use it, copy it from there and paste it and put it into my stories or what have you. So that is my summary of a newsletter page and why you should have one on your website and how to actually make one on your Squarespace website. I talked about Squarespace and ConvertKit. I recognize that not everybody has those platforms, but I will always speak about those two because I do believe they are the best choices for the population that I work with, aside from a very, very small percentage of people who should be on WordPress. But like I said, Squarespace and ConvertKit are definitely the best choice. So I will reference those. If you don't have them yet, yes, I have Squarespace templates if you're looking to build a website. And then there are also tons of resources on my website, on my resources page, that go through like the tech that I use, especially my link to ConvertKit. Yes, it's an affiliate link. If you use it, I do get a very small kickback. But that's all I have for you. I have a newsletter page. And then the cool thing is that once you create that newsletter page, you can, yes, use it forever and ever. You can swap out the data. If you have a new ebook you're giving out, you can totally swap out a picture of the ebook and the code block, a title, whatever you want to put on that page, you can put on that page, but at least we're sending people to your website and it's a hidden page on your website. And that's the main goal here. So that's all I've got for you. Go create your newsletter page if you don't already have one. If you do have one, amazing. I love it. Let me know if you have any questions regarding this. I'd love to hear from you in my DMs or via email. And that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for listening. I will catch you next time.